I've never seen it like this. This is bad. This is bad.
1988, we started 0-6. And so,
Damn.
let's see, 1988, that would have made me 11. No, my bad. That would have made me 22, so you were 12. I know you don't remember it.
Oh, yeah.
You probably weren't even a Tennessee fan.
My
back then,
30-year-old
were you?
brother wasn't even born
It was.
last time that this happened.
We started 0-6, and it wasn't this bad. We weren't expected to be very good, but we started 0-6, and then Majors turned it around. We won the last 5. The next year, 89, they went. I can't remember, 10-1, 9-2, something like that. But we had players back then. I don't think we got him on this team to do that, to make that kind of turnaround, unless he can haul in this class,
This year?
the one he's working on for next year.
Okay, but this year, what do you think the record's going to be this year?
Oh man, damn.
What do you honestly think our record's going to be this year?
4-8, honestly.
4-8. What 4 teams are we going to beat?
I think we're going to beat Chattanooga. I think we're going to beat UAB. I think we had a chance.
Michael
against
Rector,
South Carolina, possibly.
good buddy of mine, big
And,
BBD TV fan, and Shawn Johnson.
Possibly Mississippi State. Those are my 4 that I think we could get.
Billy's
That's it.
roommate in
But
college and best
but
friend.
we didn't beat Georgia State
did
and
not.
BYU.
Yeah.
So what were your 4 wins again?
My 4 wins.
Chattanooga.
UAB, South Carolina, and Mississippi State.
Okay, before the season,
Okay.
what would you have said?
Before the season, 9-3-8-4. But now I'm seeing 4-8. And like I said, the only SEC wins is just those 2, and that's if we can get anything turned around. If
What
we,
were you before the season?
Like every year, 7-5.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I started out, 7-5.
You always start right there.
And then as we got closer, I was looking at the schedule and I think, man, we can win 8 games. Now,
Yeah.
no. This was before
For
season
me?
started.
3 or 4, maybe 4, maybe.
Chattanooga, UAB.
And you might get an upset like Mississippi State or something like that. But
That's what I was.
I don't see them beat. Of course, I don't see them.
South Carolina's new quarterback looked good today.
Yeah,
Did.
Georgia,
L,
Florida,
L,
Alabama.
big L.
I mean,
Missouri.
In fact, you might have to give us 2 L's for Alabama. They'll beat us so bad.
it's just.
They'll put up 70 on us.
I don't
I just
know
think
that
their
they'll do
confidence
that.
is
but-
so shot right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And if Chattanooga's even close next week,
Yeah.
I think that, I hate this word because of what happened to me the other day, that fractures it even worse. How is a former player, and I know you've had a few minutes to calm down a little bit, but I saw you over there when it was over. You were quiet, like you were reflecting
Man,
or trying to decide who you're gonna kill.
I mean, man, I just hate, something that you help build. You just hate to see them go through it. You know what I'm saying? You just hate to see them go. I mean,
You were in the walk today, weren't you? How, the crowd, they were there. They were fired up.
you just hate as a former player, and something that you help build, you just hate to see them go through that. It hurts. It hurts as if we were playing the game, And anytime you see coaches lagging, you see players lagging, it's just, that's why Billy's so passionate. We used to call out our coaches. We used to call out everybody. I mean, it was no thing to see if we were losing Albie and Peyton's face. It didn't matter who you were if you wasn't calling the right plays. You might see somebody, you might see Coach Chambers and Coach Cutcliffe's face. It just, the passion was there. I think Pruitt showed some passion. I think the coaches showed some passion.
They finally showed a little on the sideline.
I just don't think, I think the players' confidence is shot.
What about right before halftime? Do you remember what was going on there? Were you still there? Because they showed Cheney up in the press
With
box.
T?
He was pissed because
Yeah,
Pruitt ran the clock all the way down to whatever, and then called timeout, and then they kicked that field goal, right?
Yeah, I wasn't there. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
And you could see Cheney he was visibly pissed. Like, what the hell are we doing? I think he wanted to try and run another play.
Well, a lot of people, I think after today, some things are going to change on that staff.
Two damn games,
I think
man.
some people are going to be gone.
Too damn. And this staff, if you look at this staff just by their names, it's an all-star cast. If this was a movie, there'd be all kinds of damn golden whatever, Grammy, not Grammy, but you know what I'm trying to say. All kinds of hardware in the room. There's all kinds of national championship rings in that coach's room.
You just don't understand it.
But sometimes, I've heard this all my life, sometimes it don't matter how many rings you got. If you don't get along, you don't get along. If there's no cohesiveness, Billy talks about that all the time.
Yeah, you got to gel, you got to mesh in that standpoint. But I just feel like me and Billy disagree on this all the time. But I just feel like, okay, if you 35 or older, when you was in Little League, high school, you had a coach that was just a hard ass. He was just a dog, just mean. These kids today, they're so baby and buttered. Starting from Little League, I don't think it's their fault. I think it's the coach's fault starting up because now they're soft. When I played, or when older guys played, if you didn't practice, you didn't play in the game. If you didn't do condition, you didn't play in the game. If you didn't show no effort, you didn't play in the game. They didn't care how good you was. They want that discipline. Now these kids are spoiled. You got the coaches scared not to play them. They miss in high school. They skip class, miss school, and they still playing the game because the coach is scared to lose the job or whatever. And then they go to college.
Fulmer was big on seniority, wasn't he?
Because all the guys, older guys, discipline the younger guys. So now they move up to college. And now Coach Pruitt starts a sophomore in front of a junior. Now the junior's in transfer protocol.
Oh, yeah.
When
that aggravates the shit out of me.
You get your job back. You just fight to get your job back.
Pride.
I'll just go here then. It's just, they're spoiled. I think it's a mindset. Yeah, coaches got to do